now listening to Snuff, Magee and Friends. Irrelevance in the Dungeon.
Snuff, Magee and Friends. Here we go. Snuff, Magee and Friends. Snuff, Magee and Friends. Snuff, Magee and Friends. Snuff, Magee and Friends.
Yeah, when I was out in like DC the past New Year's, I was out with a young lady entertaining and all this, and we was out in a bar, and this random white dude just came up to me. He's like, "Yeah, man, just teach me how not to be racist, man." And I looked at him. I'm just like, "Bro, it's not my job to teach you how not to be racist." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that you have to learn on your own, or your parents should have taught you a long time ago. But that's not my job, and that's not my mission to teach you. It's all about energy, and I'm not going to give you that amount of energy to teach you how not to be racist. I got a lot to do.
Do y'all
for
think
myself
black
and my
people
family.
can be racist?
Huh?
Do you think black people can be racist?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying like on the same virtue of how white people racist, because I believe that if a black person is racist is because somebody done something to him to make him feel that way.
Because I've seen a lot of real talk. There's a lot of black people have been racist towards the Mexican community.
So to your point, as it pertains to white people in America, do I think we can be racist? Yes. Do I think we have been racist? No.
No.
As it pertains to people that we can look down on, have we had that same process of racism? Yes, but not to the extent to where it's been more hate actions.
It's kind of like the definition of racism. Like, what exactly is racism? Like, because a black society cannot hold.
But we've done it. Think about what I just said about Spain. So we can be.
Well, yeah, I mean, in today's
but have we been in this country? No, we haven't been in this country. I don't think we've been prejudiced.
But bigots.
So what he said about black people being racist against Latinos, I think black people feel a certain kind of way about Latinos because they come over here and then they look down on us. And while we paved the way for them to even come over here. You feel me? Because if Martin Luther King and all the people that came before us didn't do what they done, do you think that they would be able to come over here now?
I think the way the Constitution is set up, there was an Asian influx in the early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s.
Railroad shit.
Yeah, there was a lot of
They
Asians.
didn't get caught up in it though. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They did.
The Asians did.
They did. Mm-hmm. They got caught up in it. They
don't fight like we fight.
They fight with each other. They don't fight against. So when you think about Eastern civilization understands that when you're standing up against evil, it's not a matter of defeating evil by fighting it itself. It's a matter of defeating evil by making yourself greater, by working on yourself. Yeah. And I think as blacks, we're so busy fighting them that in that fight, that's negative energy.
Yeah.
I don't care how you change it. You can justify it. You can say, well, this is, but that's negative energy, and it's destructive energy.
Yeah. Fighting the battle with the wrong weapons.
Yeah. So anytime you put out destructive energy, you just be prepared to receive it back to you. Yeah. So what Asians do, they started sticking together. What Latinos do, even the reason they look down at us, because they like, yo, we're not even from here. We're hated on too. We're oppressing this country too. We even oppress where we came from. How the fuck we here and we can keep the dollar in our community for 7 days and y'all as black people can't keep the dollar in y'all community for more than 6 hours? Mm-hmm. Explain that shit to me.
Because we got to have the latest and greatest and flyest and the prettiest shit out there.
Well, whatever the reason is, I understand them looking at us like, yo, what are y'all doing? But because we feel like we can stand up against them, our pride come in fighting them, trying to keep them down.
Yeah, I think our pride. No, I think our pride comes in and say, "Hey, look, we did all the hard work, and y'all come in and reap all the benefits."
But who's doing most of the work now?
Yeah,
but they doing all the work that we think that we're involved from.
I don't see why, like, a lot of people are mad, like, say when the Asians, when they have stores in the black community or whatever. I mean,
look, man. If you think about how many black people are unemployed, ride by Home Depot at any time tomorrow. See who's outside trying to get the job.
It's Latinos.
So there's no complaint about them
That's
getting
it.
the opportunity.
What-
That goes back to that.
But some places not gonna give you that opportunity to work there. They only gonna hire Latinos because I feel like Latinos are the 50s and 60s black man without the mouth. Back in the 50s and 60s, black men worked. They worked hard.
We were hardcore laborers. You're right.
And we was family oriented. We worked. Everybody in the family worked. We worked hard together. Everything was about family. Nowadays, Latinos do the same thing, and they ain't gotta worry about no back mouth. They work all day. The boss man come there, his check can be late, and the Latino guy ain't gonna say nothing when the black dude gonna be ready to fight.
but why can't the Latino say anything? Because
Because
once he
most of
get
them are illegal.
exactly, so
So they got him by the balls.
It's all about control.
Yeah.
Well, he can't say anything, but what about the one that's legal that still doesn't say anything? Why doesn't he say anything?
I just think it's not in their nature. I mean, I think their temperament is not like black people. They work hard.
Which is what our president is trying to make it out to be for them. They're murderers, they're killers.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, every culture got people that's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody.
Yeah. But if I want somebody that here's what I think to that point. We as black people in this country, man, we've been trying to fight to get what the white man got for so long.
Yeah.
Latinos come over here just trying to fight to get just natural living. They're not trying to get the mansion. They're not trying. They just want to live and be comfortable.
And there'll be 20 of them in one house, and they'll be happy.
And they'll take care of each other.
Yeah.
There's never an empty refrigerator. They got
That's where they
Coronas
come
every
from.
damn day.
Yeah.
The dirt floors and all that.
And you
stuff.
couldn't even get 5 black people to get in one house.
So their level of gratefulness is at a lower level, and I hate to really say lower level, but it's at a lower expectation.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it than what our expectation is. But the problem with us, and a quick analogy, because I'm using analogies, we saw them building a mansion next to our dope ass subdivision home back in the late 1800s, because in the early 1900s we had communities that was balling. If you look at Jackson Ward, if you look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, if you look at Charlotte, North Carolina, these were black people working together. Atlanta. These were black people working together to build communities where you had people in Tulsa, Oklahoma and Jackson Ward that had private jets.
That's right.
Yep.
1907, you know what a Speakeasy Lounge is here next to the Hippodrome?
Yeah.
When that was built in 1907, that's a Thomas mansion. Reverend Thomas, when he built that, had the largest black-owned home in America. That whole thing that's now apartments that was a mansion. So we were together. So we had this dope suburban home. But of course, white folks had bigger shit. Yeah. We had a country club in Pennsylvania next to the white person country club. We had a country club in Charlotte next to the white person country club that was just as dope. Had the same thing, service and all types of shit. But what happened was we fought for integration. Soon as we fought for integration, which I felt was the right thing to do, but we were integrated without being prepared.
Yeah.
It was integration without preparation.
We were destroying our own, pretty much.
Well,
I think when we integrated, we took on other people's ways of living.
so
I wouldn't
see what I'm
say
saying?
I wouldn't say destroying our own, but like you said, we had the black hotels,
Yeah.
the black restaurants, and this.
and they came through and destroyed it. If you look at the history of Tulsa, Oklahoma, the
Yeah, Black
KKK
Wall
was
Street,
given.
yeah.
They came and they destroyed it. But what they did not destroy was our spirit. I don't believe they destroyed our spirit, because even if you look at what happened after that, was the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
So we still got back up, picked our shit, put it back together, and
That's
started
what we
moving.
do.
So then we tore this fence down that separated this mansion and this dope ass suburban home. And what happened was, man, all these black people ran out of this mansion and ran across the yard to try to get in. I mean, ran out of the suburban house and ran across the yard to try to get into this mansion. So now you got people that's like, nah, I ain't going over there. I'm staying over here. But it wasn't enough people to keep the subdivision house up.
Yeah.
So then what happened was we realized we couldn't get into this mansion without playing by their rules. So now we starting to change and become who they are. Then somebody's like, yo, man, fuck this shit. Let's just go back to the crib. And we turned around and looked, and our subdivision home was deteriorating.
Yeah.
It was tearing down. And now we're stuck in the middle of the grass because we're like, yo, who gonna go back over here and build this shit up? Well, the last person that tried to do it got killed. The person before him got killed. The person before him got killed. So now we stuck. Now what we're doing is fighting for white man's trash.
That's what we're doing. Look how they coming in and taking over Richmond. and moving everybody out.
Well, you know
So-
the Churchill thing. We
They
talked
doing
about
the
that.
same thing.
We
They doing
talked
the same
about with
thing in
the
DC.
revitalizing Petersburg. We
did
talked
that.
about that as well.
Yep.
And again, I think gentrification is inevitable.
Yeah.
But gentrification without preparation is unfair. You need to prepare the people that are in the neighborhood to be able to stay there as you raise the level of living in that neighborhood. Raise the level of living, but don't kick the people that's been living there out.
I talked to a guy today. Said he bought a house off of Chamberlain in 2007 for $70,000. The house is worth $400,000 now.
See?
I looked
There you
at
go.
one. It was one on North Side. I looked at it. Right now it's worth, I want to say $230, but I looked at, like you said, like 10, 15 years ago. It was like 60,000, man.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen when they? Cause he put it. This how he put it. He said, look, in the 50s and 60s, white people wanted to go into the suburbs. All the black people wanted to be in the city. Now all the white people want to be in the city because that's where their jobs at. Mm-hmm. That's where everything's happening. They don't want to have to drive 45 hours to get there. They want to just be there. So they gonna come in and buy all the houses and move everybody out. So what we gonna do when we out on the outskirts?
We're on the outskirts.
Yeah, cause they it's inevitable. They gonna move everybody. All the black people that's in the city now, they got to go. They gonna go to the suburbs.
That's true.
So is we gonna just let the suburbs fall down and be how the city used to be, or are we gonna keep the suburbs up?
Well, I think when you think about accountability, number one, let's start there. We got to take care of ourselves and stop waiting on somebody else to do it first. And that goes back to even as I talk about the same principle when I said Kevin Hart being successful had nothing to do with anybody else. We as blacks got to understand that our future can't have anything to do with anybody else. Because if you're trying to get another man to change their system to benefit us, when their system is built upon our oppression,
That's
you're
just
a
silly.
fool.
That's just silly.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
So now we have to build for ourselves. We got to do for ourselves. We got to support each other. And when a white man comes over to help us, accept the help, because that is how a lot of these black great communities were built. When we got our first black bank, it was a white man that took the fucking paperwork downtown.
And
it was
great.
It was white people that helped us get the contracts. You know what I mean?
Every great aspect of America when black people thrived, it was white people. And you think Martin Luther King did it by himself? It was white people.
It was white people with him. But it was white people that was doing what was right for humanity, not so much for black people.
Yeah, it was
like, come on, you don't treat people this way.
Yeah.
People should not treat people this way.
Right.
So I'm standing here because of what's right.
Yeah.
You know, well, you're a nigger lover. No, I'm a right lover.
Yeah.
That's
Because it's the right
right
thing.
shit.
Yeah.
It's just common sense.
Damn human lover.
That's it, man. So we went through that whole hour just to say that's my mission statement.
That was great, though. That was great. That was great,
It's
though.
very, very educational.
Yeah.
man. Very educational.
I know one thing. You're very intelligent.
Thank you, man.
Off the Rip is going on tomorrow night, man. You're featured. I
Yeah.
want to shout out Mike J and Moo Cousin.
Mike
for putting
Jeezy,
that-
Moo.
Yeah, putting that together for Petersburg, man.
That's dope.
They've been doing it for a while now. And when I seen that you was gonna be featured, man, I said, yo, let me reach out, and because I knew you was gonna be in the area,
Word.
see if you can do the podcast, man. But
No, I appreciate you hitting me up, man. Shout out to Mike J and Mukazo and all the young comics, that's coming out. And season comics is coming out tomorrow night. Dylan Vatalana, that dude is incredible. Tin Man, I've been rocking out with Tin Man for quite some time. That's my dude. It's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a fun show.
shout out, Kara Denise. I spoke to her today, trying to get her on the podcast. She's very funny. I seen her at Clash of the Comics last month. So
What was the name?
Kara Denise, she's gonna be there tomorrow as well.
Oh, word. Okay.
I met
forward to
Bamm.
meeting
I met Bamm when I was like 25.
Go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So what? About 12 years ago. You probably don't remember this, man.
Get outta here.
But we did the at Virginia State. They had a Black History Month thing they did every year,
Okay.
Yeah.
and I want to say that year it was the Manhattans and Morris Day at the
Oh,
time.
that's when the Chesterfield County was doing the thing.
Chesterfield County.
Yeah.
It was the Manhattans and Morris Day at the time.
I remember that.
And this was the first event I did because I used to work for the county, and guys work with Mr. West. Shout him out. He would pick the bands up from the airport, take them to the hotel, and then we would take them to Virginia State when they
I
performed.
remember him talking about that.
And I was a big time fan, man. Like, to this day, like Morris Day is that dude, man.
Yeah.
And this was like Morris, Jerome, and we picked them up from the airport, and they just looking like just regular dudes or whatever. But time for the show, these motherfuckers, they was clean.
Yeah.
They was a time.
Yeah.
And I believe you pretty much opened up for that.
Yeah, I opened up for that for 3 years. I did, I think I did Patti LaBelle, I did Morris Day and the Time, and I did Isaac Hayes.
Yeah, and I did all three of those. Patty, look, I'm not gonna lie, like Patty's like that. Patty like that, man. She came down and the legs was out. Yeah, Patty's like that. And Isaac Hayes, it was like one of his last ones because not long after that he had passed away, man.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I was looking at that picture the other day, man, of Isaac Hayes, one of the great voices.
And that's a blessing. That's something you could tell your kids and grandkids.
Yeah.
All them people you done been around.
Yeah. So
I say that to say this, man. Like, Bamm crushed it, man. And he really made me want to actually attempt the stand-up thing, man. And
Nice.
it was a beautiful night, man.
Word. Well, I mean, man, I was inspired by watching other cats, known, unknown, do what they do. And, I don't think it's the person, it's the feeling in the building that you get. Mm-hmm. And you like, yo, I can create this feeling. And you just kind of get excited about being able to do it. Now you want to do it, Yeah, so that's what's up.
I think with me, the hardest thing for me is actually before the show. It's like after the show, it's like, why was I stressing so much? Why was I, you know what I mean? But it's like the anticipation part. Because like Wednesday, I want to do Clash of the Comics at the Funny Bone. Mm-hmm. I haven't done anything in maybe like 2-3 months. Just with the podcast jumping off, work, blah, blah, blah. Me making excuses, of course.
Yeah.
But that's all it is. But I want to do it Wednesday. But the thing is like, with me, it's like, I don't know how you feel about it, but it's like, I have to build myself up.
For me, man, I get nervous before every show. I've been doing this stuff for 23 years. I've been doing entertainment for about 29, and still before every show, I'm a wreck.
Now, is it you worried about the crowd, or you worried about the material, or what exactly has you nervous?
I'm just thinking in my head, really, what could go wrong versus I'm about to go out here and crush it. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, yo, come on, man, don't, what if they don't laugh? Like, look at that person right there. They look bored already. Like, I just, this is in my head, just negative energy. But I think it's humbling. I'm not afraid. I'm just nervous that these things might happen.
Yeah.
But then what always calms me down is I always say to myself, yo, dude, God done carried you here for 23 years now.
Ain't that something?
Come on, man.
I like being nervous. I tell people, I like being nervous.
It doesn't make me stop being nervous, but it does give me a little push. It takes it out of my hands. It takes it out of my hands and puts it into a hands of what I feel it's really in better hands. If I put this show in God's hands, I'm like, all right, I'm good now.
Yeah.
And every time I put it in God's hands, I've been good. But whenever I've tried to go on stage and be, it don't not to say I bomb, but it don't always work out the same.
But being nervous to me, like, it means that like you care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I like being there. If I'm ever nervous about something, it's like, yo, it's a good thing because that means like I give a damn about what I'm about to do or whatever.
And I think that's me in the process of thinking about the things that could go wrong. I don't want them to go wrong. Mm-hmm. So it's not that I think I'm better than those things going wrong. I'm obviously saying this could go wrong. Mm-hmm. So I know that, I'm human, man. I might go fuck this up.
That's humbling right there.
Yeah. I mean, and God never failed me. I mean, ever. I've had shows, man, I walk off stage and I've been, God damn, what was that?
To the good?
Yeah, to the good. Like, yo, what was that? Mm-hmm. Like, where I knew that I didn't just do that. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't just do that.
Is it a high?
Oh my God,
Dude!
It's. I mean, it's a high. But when you know it's not you, it's just like I don't even know how to explain it, man. When you know it's not you, you really can't fail. Because even if you don't do as well, that means it was something for you to learn in it. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean quit. Doesn't mean stop. Doesn't mean you're not prepared. Doesn't mean that this ain't for you. It just means it was something for you to learn. And I get excited about that. oh, dope. They didn't laugh that much. Okay, what should I have done? I should have done this, that, and the other. Because I'll tell people all the time, my greatest shows are the ones I didn't do that well, because that's where I learned the most. Mm-hmm. When I rip, that's an out-of-body experience. I had no control over that. That was a God thing.
Yeah.
So I can't even, hold that, But this fuck up over here, I can hold this.
Can you still, use jokes that you used over 10 plus years ago?
Oh, I still do.
Can you still bring out the Usher joint?
The Usher.
When the dude, the masculine dude in the club, but
You know what's funny about that, man, is I get real. What he's talking about is this joke I used to do. I talk about a dude that's in the club trying to act like he hard, but when the music hit him, something else happens.
That's gold, man. I'm telling you, it's gold.
And then I would walk out the club, and then I come in and out.
You started acting like
I started, and it's that jokes. It has always hit. But what gets me nowadays is that we're in such a PC world.
Yeah,
But
the funny about the joke is the mannerisms. When he did the joke, where he is playing the joint, and the dude is all but then he started dropping it or whatever. But he comes up and he's holding his face like that, he's so shocked at what he's doing.
Hold it in,
but the music just taking over.
It's too late.
Say that?
No, it's too late.
Did anybody see?
Yes, you did kick your leg, brother. That's exactly what you just did, and everybody saw.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Every time, he would do that. I lose it every time, man.
It's but again, we as long as I can say it to where I feel like the crowd will get it, they'll be with it. They'll know I'm not trying to, screw nobody over, talk down on nobody. It's fun.
That's the thing about comedy, man. It's so PC now.
Can you tell your crowd when you're doing your set? Can you tell I don't think this crowd is the right?
Oh yeah.
Joke.
Oh yeah. You can. There's an energy exchange, man, when you're in front of a crowd that you know what you got. Yeah. I do a joke about my cat that I had when I was growing up by the name of Dingaling, which is a true story about a cat that I really had that really was named Dingaling. Wow. So I tell the story about calling the radio station and wishing my Dingaling a happy birthday. So, which is a 100% authentic, true story. So I tell this story, and I tell it because it's true. I've been at the Funny Bone and said to myself, it's not tonight. It's because this is a conservative crowd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I told that joke at the Baptist General Convention.
Wow.
Because I knew that I had gained the respect of the people that was there.
Yeah.
To be able to tell a joke that's not dirty, because it's about a true story.
Yeah.
I told that joke when I did my convocation at James River High School. Mm-hmm. I told that joke at Meadowbrook High School. So if I feel like the crowd, they cool with it.
It's kind of like a put them at ease thing or whatnot.
It normalizes everything.
Yeah.
It's it takes the gloves off. It takes that fake aura that's in the air that's making everybody pretend like they not that. Yeah. But I told that joke at the Baptist General Convention, and it went over well. The preacher was laughing they behind. So it's you just got to know your audience. You got to know where you are and what you can get away with. But I think also you got to be able to build up to be able to get away with the stuff that's edgy. Yeah. George Carlin told me a comedian's job is to find out what a line is and deliberately cross it. And he told me that after a show at the Hollywood Improv because he said I was safe. He's like, yo, man, you're safe. He said, you've done a great job tonight, but you're safe. He's like, you don't push them. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, a comedian's job is to find out what a line is and deliberately cross it. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that means find out what a line is and cross it untastefully where you know that, you're going to piss people off. I think it's okay. Y'all are here. If I can get y'all across this line, I've done my job.
I think Paul Mooney do that.
Paul Mooney don't give a damn.
Yeah. You see how dope that was? How he could just throw George Carlin out like it was nothing.
You ever work with Chappelle?
I have not worked with Chappelle. Had a 2-sentence conversation with Chappelle, and got to see him. I was at the Laugh Factory the night he had been to Africa. Went to the Laugh Factory, and all of a sudden, the guy goes on stage, and he's like, for his first show back since he'd been to Africa, Dave Chappelle. And for an hour and a half, I saw Dave Chappelle at the Laugh Factory in L.A., after his first show back on American soil, and I just happened to be there. And to tell you how long ago it was, I took a picture with my BlackBerry.
Y'all.
Oh man,
One of the greatest phones of all time. Shout
I had
out.
one that lost it.
Shout out to my BBM.
Hey,
I forgot the number.
yeah.
You remember I lost that joint at Fort Lee. We went to
Yeah,
Fort
he was like
Lee.
the mad. He was borderline Hulk. He almost hulked up about that one. That BBM, man.
And that night, he was backstage at a table talking to a bunch of comics at the table. And I was walking by, and he goes, yo, yo, yo. And I turned around. He was like, I thought you was, what's the dude name? What's the rapper name? Fuck, what's the rapper's name? And the junk is the drugs, basketball, and no rap. It's more than us than that. We the shit considered a fact. And as you analyze that, you know you got to fall back. Whoa, who was that?
Tell me where he's from.
New York. He's from New York. He's anyway. He thought I was one of the rappers from New York. I'm a. If somebody can Google drugs, basketball, and rap and tell me who made that song, that's who he thought I was.
Drugs,
He was like,
basketball, and rap.
drugs, basketball, and rap. I can't believe I can't think of the name, man.
Yeah, I feel like my hip hop card is being taken away.
Lupe, not Lupe. Damn. Come on, man. I would do it with my phone, but it'll take
Talib.
Talib Kweli.
Yeah, Talib.
Talib.
So I was
Kweli?
walking by. He goes, yo. He said, yo. I turned around. He's like, nah. And I was like, what? He said, I thought you was Talib Kweli. I was like, nah, I'm not Talib. He's like, all right. And then he started talking back to the comics, and I just kept walking. So that's my Dave Chappelle moment. I have, like, in real life, some of the most random celebrity stories, like, ever. The time I met Shaq in Miami, just finished the show, met this girl on a plane from Richmond to Miami. We get to Miami, invited her to the show. She comes out to the show. We hang out afterwards. We hang out on South Beach. It was a Tuesday or Wednesday night. We're hanging on South Beach. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. We're at Wet Willie's. And we're sitting in bar stools, and, like, we're talking. And behind me were two dudes. So this big shadow, a black BMW or something pulls up, Asian white dude, looking white dude, gets out the car, and this big shadow just comes around. It was Shaq in Miami, 3 o'clock in the morning, like a Tuesday, Wednesday night. He walks to me, and I said, yo, Shaq. I stuck my hand out to shake his hand. He shakes my hand. He reaches over. He goes, yo, be careful. And I said, what? He said, the dude's behind me. I turned around and looked. It was two dudes face to face like they was about to kiss behind me. So then he looked at me, laughed a little, walked off, walked into the club, stood there for like a minute, maybe a minute. Walked back around, was walking out, stopped, told the girl I was with, you take care of him. And I said, I appreciate that, Shaq. And he left.
Yo.
That moment lasted for like 2 minutes. I have the most random celebrity moments ever.
That's the thing. Is like, you know, you still grind, you still getting it, you still doing your thing. So it's like, do you really have time to sit back and be like, yo, like, all the things that you've done up to this point? You know what I mean?
Nah, I really don't, man. And I can't really say that that's a good or a bad thing either.
I think it's good because you still want more. You still going. You know what I mean?
But it takes like moments like this for me to remind myself of some of the things I've done. Because I don't talk to myself about this shit. So, you know.
Have you ever tried to like audition for shows or TV or anything?
Yeah. I was in the movie Unstoppable with Denzel. It wasn't because I auditioned. I just happened to be on set because my boy was cutting hair and I got in. Random. I was also in the TV show Army Wives, which comes on the Lifetime Network. Same dude cutting hair on that set. Had a show in Charleston, South Carolina. Went on set to hang out, see what it was like, and I ended up getting in the show. So I was gonna be on a show that came on Oprah's network. Was booked for it at the whole nine, and then but they didn't want anybody that was already like established in something else. They wanted to have like the common man, somebody. So then I got a call one day. I was at the light. I'll never forget it. They were like, "Yo, we can't use you for the show." And I was like, "Wow." He was like, "The producer went and Googled your name, and all this stuff popped up. So we're gonna have to."
You want like fresh,
let you go.
fresh face or whatever.
Then I ended up moving to Richmond. But I have auditions for stuff. But again, back to what I was saying, what I was saying earlier, and for those that don't know, there was a crash on the system, and I had said some shit before the crash.
You go put us out. You go put us out there like that.
This shit crashed.
But what I was saying before that is that I started doing corporate comedy mainly because if I can do corporate comedy, connect with corporations, then you start to become partners with corporations. Like I play a lot of golf. Obviously, I got on golf shit now. Because once you become friends with decision makers or corporations, then you can start making moves with their money.
No doubt.
And they got to believe in you. They got to trust in you. They got to know that you're a good brand that can push them, make them look good. Then you go back to the theater and you're not waiting on somebody else to book you. You got the money to book yourself. And I think that's one of the main reasons I started. I know that's one of the main reasons I started doing corporate comedy.
No doubt. Childhood inspirations. Now, have you always been told that you've been funny?
I was always, as a kid, man, entertaining. You know, I was always rapping. I was always singing, playing instruments. But I always was a little off. You know, I was kind of off as a kid, man.
It's off.
Yeah, like.
You mean like bless your heart off, or just
It could be bless your heart off.
bless his heart?
You must have a lot of whipping.
And I didn't get a lot of whippings because I never was like trying to hurt nobody, so it was hard to stop me from doing whatever I wanted to do because it wasn't like I was destroying anything.
Yeah.
But I just kind of beat to my own drum. You know what I mean? Like, for example, be at baseball practice. This is a true story. Baseball practice. Everybody practicing. And we're in the middle of practice. And I was like, you know what? I just want to go get a baseball and hit the ball up against the fence. I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to be fielded. I don't want to be throwing. I don't want to be doing this 3-step. I don't want to do this. So I just walk off and go get a go get a baseball bat and go hit the ball up against the fence.
Just do your own thing.
And my boys used to be like, my boy Two, Glenn Griggs, shout out to Two. What up, homie? Two dad was the coach of the team. And Two, we were having this conversation since we've been adults. And I like, yo, your dad probably thought I was crazy. He's like, yeah, my dad thought you was crazy. He like, he ain't fuck with you, man. Yeah. He's like, you would walk off and hit the ball up against the fence. And the kids would be like, we'll be like, yo, coach, he can't do that. They be like, yo, don't fuck with my dad.
He doing his thing over there.
Let him do whatever he want to do. He ain't hurt nobody.
He ain't hurt nobody.
Yeah, so I was in the band in high school, you know, and we ended up having a good game. And in the middle of the game, I take my tube off and take my little jacket off and go to the crowd because they're having more fun of it. Yeah. Then when it's time to march out, I'll put my thing back on, go get my tube and march out. And my band director just be like, nah, don't fuck with Mike White. It's crazy. So I've always been that kind of rebel, if you will. Not on purpose. It's just, I don't want to do that.
Now, did you have like childhood inspiration, like who you thought were funny growing up? Like, yo, this dude is funny. I wish I could,
Oh yeah,
be funny
man.
as he is.
Of course, Bernie Mac was one of my childhood inspirations. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, that dude, man.
Great storyteller, man.
Everybody give him so much crap, man, but
I mean, you got to pay for what you did, if that's what you did, no doubt. But that don't stop other things you've done.
Yeah.
You know, just because you had this habit over here that people would consider sinister doesn't stop the hundreds of kids that you put through college.
yeah. Do y'all think that people really thought he was just going to go to jail and just do nothing and die? They say he do more in jail than anything.
I heard he's mentoring in there, man. I heard he is. But I mean, that's Bill. To me, that's Bill.
Yeah, so he's just doing what he does.
Bruh. And he said he's having the most peace he's ever had.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being shut off from the... Think about how the world consumes a man like him. How every day his phone's ringing, how every day he got to try to go do something, how every day he wants somebody wants him to please them. Every day. Now you locked up and all of that stops. And for the first time probably in his whole life that he can remember, he's able to live life his way.
He ain't got to worry about nothing. He get 3 meals.
The crazy thing, like,
chill.
Bill was out before Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Like they said, Richard Pryor was imitating Bill when he came out. So ever since the 60s till now, you've been famous.
And here's what's dope about Bill. Bill was the first black dude to own himself on television.
Yeah.
Think about that. What other show have you seen where it was the name of the black man that was producing the show?
Exactly.
Before Bill.
I
mean, you know how the D.L. Hughley show, the Richard Pryor show came after that. It wasn't even the Richard Pryor show. It was...
he had a different name for it.
It was a different name for it. But Bill Cosby had the Bill Cosby show.
The Bill Cosby show, yeah.
The only other show back then that had the name of a black man, and it wasn't even his name, was Benson.
Yeah.
He was a butler.
Yeah.
He wasn't a doctor. He wasn't a lawyer like the Cosby boy. Think about that. Yeah, Benson.
Red Fox too.
Sanford and Son.
But Bill, even
But it
before,
wasn't the Red Fox show.
No, it won't.
It was Sanford and Son.
But even before the '80s Cosby Show, he had a show, the Bill Cosby.
Yeah, the Bill Cosby Show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I didn't know that.
early '70s or whatever.
And it was a
Get
show.
out of here.
Yeah, and also he would go into like one of the things he did, and you're talking about waking cats up, man. He was one of the first ones that got on TV when he was in his 20s and was like, "Yo, I drew a picture of a black kid and I drew a picture of a white kid." But he was, so you're on TV in the 70s. Saying this type stuff.
You want to look history in the face, you gotta look it in the face, and it's gonna be ugly.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
So I mean, I
think he done
can't
it?
speak on what he did because I don't know.
Do I think he did it?
yeah. Or do you think it was the time?
I think it's both.
Do you think it was the time, and then people don't want to accept the time that they lived in? You see what I'm saying? During that time, it was a lot of drug sex.
I can't see. The thing about it is like,
You don't come-
if you say that, then what do you say about slavery? You feel what I'm saying?
I think, so to your point, I do think in context it was the time. Do I think that he was doing things that was overly ill-intended? I don't know. But I do think it was, Quaaludes and all that.
Like a sadistic.
That was.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it was the same time that Woodstock and all that was going around, and they was doing the same thing.
Now, but I will say, again, is that creative or is that destructive? And you just got to pay for destructive actions, even if in context they're accepted at the time.
Yeah,
People accept Trump,
Yeah.
but I mean, you can, So, and the other side of that is this didn't happen until Bill tried to buy NBC.
Yeah.
So when he tried to buy NBC, and he was the one, to my understanding, had liquid cash. The dude that he had been doing business with since the 60s, he was trying to cut him out the deal. Then all of a sudden, these accusations come.
Yeah.
My thing is, I just don't believe that one black man gonna rape 70 white women in the 60s and 70s, and they don't, and they kill Emmett Till for just whistling that one.
And my thing is also,
And he was hanging on. They was hanging on him and everything. Come on now.
What's
I mean, it don't make sense. It don't make sense.
It's deep though, man, because they, what they did was, I don't know if y'all familiar with the pound cake speech, where Bill Cosby was at was doing a talking to black people, telling them,
Yeah, they gotta
don't wait on the white man. Be fathers in the community, be mothers. Start speaking better. This and that. Trying to hold black people accountable, and black people got mad at him, as if Bill Cosby wasn't doing for the black community since the 60s or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
And what it is
that's the thing that gets the media.
and that's what I think actually.
Well, Hannibal Buress, too.
I didn't want to start shit because as a fellow comic, once Hannibal put it out there as a black man speaking on another black man, and that's kind of when the ball really got rolling right after that or whatever.
And that's when he blew it up too.
I wish. Come on, bro.
Ain't nobody heard of him until he did that.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody heard
but
of him.
the thing about it is Bill Cosby paved the
Sacrifices.
he wasn't the first black comic.
Nope.
But he was the first
Superstar.
crossover black comic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
With the I Spy, with the Bill Cosby Show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he paved the way for a lot of these comics, man, to include Richard Pryor,
Yeah.
who I think is the greatest comic.
Eddie Murphy too.
Yeah. So for another black comic to not even say that he knew that Cosby did it, but it was all like that Hollywood rumor, like the Weinstein thing or whatever. But for you to speak on it and to get that ball rolling, I mean, I just thought like that was kind of.
I think it was foul. I think it was a foul action. Is Hannibal Buress somebody that I would want to work with? I wouldn't choose to, but I would, but I wouldn't choose to. But I'm not against Hannibal the person. I wish him success, but I hope that he kind of, if he already hasn't reconciled with himself what he kind of started, I hope that someday he really reconciles with himself. Because I think it was ill.
He used Bill as a stepping stone.
Yeah,
That's what he did.
I don't.
But I think that every black star, they try to come a time when they try to break them down, because every black superstar
Go get your card.
out there got a check mark on them, except for LeBron and Obama.
That's the thing about Hollywood, man.
And
they-
Denzel.
Oh no, they said that Denzel cheated. You remember they said Denzel cheated like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Yes, and I think when they said Denzel cheated, everybody in the world was like, "Nigga, and."
Yeah,
Like,
but
you
they
don't
was trying
think
to
that
put
we
that
don't
mark.
know that Denzel Washington can't be with one woman?
They tried to put that checker on them though.
They did. I mean, they're doing the same thing even now. They're still trying to get Dr. King
Yeah,
with the cheating. They done
Yeah.
came back with some stuff.
No, but see that girl that he cheated with was a plant.
But he had more than one though.
Right?
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
Then the FBI planted her there.
Yeah, and then they were sending him letters or
Yeah.
messages saying to kill himself or they're
Yeah.
gonna expose him.
Yeah.
Because they was recording him. But
But I think they was a plant because they knew he was cheating, but they needed somebody to record the process of the actions themselves for their own proof because they weren't probably going to get other people to cooperate. So but look, man,
Sure, he'll never
when you
know
got
Elvis.
power, dog,
Nothing on Elvis.
women love power,
Yep.
attention.
Yep.
And as a human, I mean, come on, you don't think Dr. King had to fight off chicks every day?
Every day.
You seen the movie with Adam Sandler
Hey, every
and,
day.
and Seth Rogen? I forget. I think when Adam Sandler was a comedian, but thought he had cancer or whatever.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
So anyway, Adam Sandler was like banging all these girls out or whatever, and Seth Rogen was like, like he was such a bad person. And I'm not condoning it, but this is what Adam Sandler said. He said, "You don't know what it's like for everybody. Everybody wants to fuck you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like thousands of women are coming at him.
Yeah, they're throwing it.
Yeah."
Bro, let me tell you,
Some lady
man.
gonna give in.
I have experienced that on a very, 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 very minute scale, small scale, and it is tough. I can only imagine the scale that like a Dr. King or an Eddie
Jay-Z.
Murphy or a Denzel or Jay-Z
Oh, man.
have to deal with, man. Like my boy played NFL ball. He was a star too. He would get to the car, man, and it would be like women that have take pictures and telephone numbers on his windshield. I mean, and I ain't talking about like 1 or 2. I'm talking about like 4 or 5 often. Like, come on, man.
They said that's how the NBA groupie chicks be.
Man, they said
waiting at the hotels for
somebody
'em.
said like rumor back in there, like
Crazy.
Dominique get back to the hotels like 20 girls in the lobby.
Bruh. Bruh.
waiting. I mean, you try to be faithful, but sooner or later somebody gonna catch your eye.
I was on the road in Perrysburg, Ohio. We call it the Toledo Funny Bone. And met this girl, hanging out, party that night. She didn't come back to my room. I didn't let her come back. Because I was like, she a little off. I knew this bitch was off. I knew she was off. And she just showed up herself the next night at the show. Now, she was a good-looking girl, but I just knew she was, because she yelling at people, snapping at people for no reason. I'm like, nah, I don't fuck with this energy, but you bad. So I'll finish the night. But long story short, Saturday night, we had 2 shows Saturday night. Go out Saturday night, after the show, get back to my hotel room. This bitch is in my room.
How the fuck?
In my room.
That thin line between love and hate, man.
In my room.
Oh yeah.
No, in the bed.
In my room. I walk. She was watching TV, so I walk in. First of all, I open the door. I said, "Hello." She like, "Hey." So I opened the door and I was like, "Yo," and she came back to the show that night. I was like, "Yo," I said, "How did you get in here?" She said, "I just told the people I was your wife," and I left my.
Get out of here.
What?
So not to dig deep, but
Yeah, he smashed
so
it.
yeah, you
Smash.
He pancaked that.
Bruh, it was the only way to get rid of it.
You're right.
There was no way out other than to smash.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to be leaving the next day, so I went on and knocked her off. She came to the show the next day. I told her I'll be back. She may have gone back to my room that night, and I left. I drove because I had to drive from there to Indianapolis, and I went on instead of waiting the Monday morning, I went on the drove Saturday, Sunday. But my point is, I wasn't even headlining. I was featuring. I was the opening act. So I wasn't even like the main act.
that means
and
you
women
you
acted
killed
this way.
it. That means he killed it.
But
man.
imagine how it is for them other cats, man. Like, come on, man.
And that's the thing with people with LeBron. LeBron has
wonder why
never had
D-Ray
any
got 2 old
controversy.
ladies.
Huh?
You want to know why D-Ray got 2 old ladies?
Bruh.
Oh, D-Ray.
Yeah.
D-Ray, he's straight pimp. That's my dude right there. D-Ray.
Yeah, we're
How old is D-Ray?
I think D-Ray roughly about the same age I am, about 44, about 43, 44.
okay.
Yeah.
Cause they said D-Ray 50.
I don't think he's that old.
I'm just that what Wikipedia tried to say, but he said they lying.
Oh well, that's a.
He said
Wikipedia.
a chick did that.
For real.
That's what he said.
He might be that old.
No, he said he ain't. No, he
Okay.
said he said they lied on him.
Well, I mean, but that could be Hollywood too. Hollywood people try to act like they're younger than what they really are. You know, it's a Hollywood thing.
Yo,
not saying that he's doing
he
that.
50, he old and good.
I watched the Mike Epps Netflix the other day, man.
It was alright.
Yeah,
I watched it. I watched it.
I liked
one?
it. Yeah,
I haven't seen
it.
it.
I watched it.
And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Mike is like he's movie funny to me.
Yeah.
I never really been a fan of his stand up, but he brought it with this one, man. I was tripping off that, man.
Who's your top 3 comedians?
Top 3 all time?
Yeah.
I got Eddie because Eddie was cool
Right.
and he was funny. I got Richard Pryor and I got Robin Harris. That's my 3.
Okay, who you got?
I don't really have a top 3 because I just like funny comedians, and to be quite honest, Mike Epps is not in that top 3.
Okay.
Who you got, man?
There's that. I got Bill, Rich, and Bernie.
Okay.
Yeah. Who you got?
I got Kevin, Eddie Griffin. I love Eddie Griffin.
Where is my dude?
Yeah,
And
Eddie Griffin
Chappelle.
funny as well.
Yeah.
And Chappelle.
No doubt.
Okay, I see what kind of comedy you like. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good stuff. Yeah.
That Eddie Griffin one when he was talking about the golly, we was talking about the police. Oh, I think it was like his first comedy.
Was that the
special.
Voodoo
Yeah,
Child one?
man.
Yeah,
that we
that's a
listened to that on.
That's his best one.
Yeah,
That's his best one.
That's his best one.
And I tell you a very
That shit was funny as fuck.
underappreciated one, man. Is Sinbad, man. I'm a huge Sinbad.
Oh yeah,
fan.
yeah. Sinbad.
I like Sinbad.
Hey, you know who else I like? I done seen him like 3 times. Oh man, the Asian dude. He just came out with a new special on Netflix.
You talking about Aziz?
No, not Aziz.
That's the
Ken
Indian dude.
Jung?
Joseph.
Yeah,
Joseph. Yeah. Dang, what's that dude's name?
Oh man, it's messed up. He Asian. But
He Filipino.
yeah.
Who do you like new?
Talking about Joe Coy?
Yeah, Joe Coy.
yeah.
Yeah, Joe
Man,
Coy.
Fuck Joe Coy.
Oh man, come on.
Who do you like new?
You must work with Joe
I
Coy.
had work with Joe Coy.
Who you
I-
like?
I
Who you
know,
like new?
'cause he say he-
Your newer funny comedians.
That's up and coming?
Yeah, up and
Or
coming.
new on the scene?
I would say up and coming.
Up and coming? Man, it's a lot of up and coming cats in the game.
I'm gonna check out the 85
Yeah.
South. They're coming to Richmond soon
I followed on
with
there.
Carlos and
All of
DC.
them. All of them funny.
Well, yeah, those cats are good. They're not in my favorites. I think that that's that. I'm from Birmingham, so that's that Atlanta style type, that silliness, but they witty. DC Young Fly is one of the most intelligent guys I've ever worked with. Just off cuff. I mean, his wit is
Very smart, huh?
Oh my God, that dude is dope. And if he's rocking with Carlos, I know Carlos. Carlos is silly. Carlos always been silly. And they branded themselves in a dope way to where they can make money off of.
They're touring.
They doing it big, man. So, but they're not. DC Young Fly is in my list of people I want to sit down, smoke a L with, and have a dope conversation.
Yeah, no doubt.
Going to a show, I would enjoy it, but somebody that I think is up and coming, man, Roy Wood Jr.
But he been out a while, man.
But he's still up and coming.
He been out like 20 years.
He ain't peaked yet. He ain't peaked yet.
You like Country White?
I think he's relevant. It's not necessarily my cup of tea, but I think he's relevant. I think he deserves the spotlight that he's in. He's a smart business guy.
Yeah. I haven't seen Wayne yet, but people are saying that his show was good. Now
I've heard good things about the show too.
With the comedy thing, not saying I'm a great comic, but at the same time, you judge comics different than other people or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you look at delivery, presentation, swag, and all that stuff, man. I like Ha-Ha. I like Ha-Ha Davis. I haven't seen his stand up, but he's just naturally funny to me. He's a funny guy, and I like his videos. I want to see him live. Every time he comes to Richmond, it's like on a fucking Wednesday though, so it's like it's kind of hard for me to catch him during the week.
Ha-Ha Davis is good. I like him. Locally, I'll tell you, one of the greatest hustlers we got in the game right now locally is Antoine Scott. Antoine, he hustling his ass off, man. and he's good. I mean, he's James Lawson locally.
I see he did it off the rip. Matter of fact, I think it was last minute he came and killed it or whatever.
Right.
But the thing is, I did an 8-minute set that night, and my fam came out there, and my fam was kind of close to the front, so James
ate into him.
Yeah, James. So it was kind of like, hey, you're killing it, but God damn it, that's my mom.
Leave me
like you killing the dude, but yo, that's fam right there. So.
But James is dope.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot. I don't want to get into names because sometimes you leave somebody out and they think that you. But there's a lot of good comics.
It's the red Solo cup is in front of him, so don't take it personal.
I need cranberry juice too. Any cranberry juice in it?
No, these are. This is empty. That was empty.
Yeah, we've been crushing it, man.
All right, cool. That's. I think there's a lot of good local comics.
Have you ever worked with what's the comic that was big? He lost a lot of weight. Not
Lavelle Crawford.
Yeah.
Tell you a Lavelle Crawford story.
He like one of my favorite comics, man.
Here's a Lavelle Crawford story. So I had at one point gotten banned from the Funny Bone in Richmond. And I got banned because I stood up for a waitress because the club manager at the time said something disrespectful to the waitress, and I stood up for her. But he was mad at me because I had showed up for showed up for the show that day late. So he tried to use that I was late as to why he wouldn't book me anymore. But some other things happened after that. So I get banned. Then I go to Columbus, do the Funny Bone in Columbus. The guy that books all the Funny Bones and improvs booked me 5 dates without knowing that I was banned in Richmond. But I didn't know that the dude in Richmond was on the verge of getting fired anyway. So he wasn't in favor of the business cats. So the dude that was in Cincinnati, which was the first show that I did from the guy that booked me in Columbus, that general manager started in Richmond. I told him I was banned. He was like, don't worry about it. It'll work out. Don't sweat it. Fast forward, the general manager in Richmond gets fired. The one from Cincinnati is now back being the general manager in Richmond. I was not welcome to come back into the club, so I'm back in the club. The comedian that had been doing basically all the work that I had been doing, who they had put in my slot, was standing there. Lavelle Crawford is on his way to the show in Richmond, but ends up going 95 South instead of 95 North. And he was almost in Petersburg versus Short Pump. So the show's supposed to start at 7 o'clock, 7:30. It's 7:30. Nobody's there. So Lavelle Crawford had his own opening act. So it was just two people, him and Jay Lamont, which opened for him. And the general manager comes out. The comedian who had been working since I had been gone was standing there. I was standing there to the right. And he looked at me. He goes, go on stage and do all the time until Lavelle Crawford gets here. I was on stage for 50 minutes until Lavelle Crawford made it. And that's how I got back into the Richmond Funny Bone. Because Lavelle Crawford went the wrong way.
50 minutes on the
50 minutes.
50 minutes on the rip.
You gotta be ready, man. If you're gonna say you do this, you got 50 minutes. You gotta be ready.
Wow.
You gotta be ready.
That's a special, man. That's just, you just got a special just
just
on
sit.
deck.
I don't know. Yeah.
Just on deck.
Got it in the hip.
When I do the Funny Bone now, I probably do about when I headlined there the last time, I did about an hour 45 every night. One night I went way over. I did like 210, and I could have kept going. But again, that's one of them nights when you walk off stage and you look back,
You killed it. Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, like I didn't do that.
I went and seen John Sally. It was like that. You did like almost 3
Now,
hours in there.
What's the swag when you go in the green room and the other comics are in there? Do you just be like
jealous?
Nah, man. I think the way people look at me and the way I look at people is two different things. I'm starting to learn that, and I'm starting to figure out how to maneuver through this shit. Because I don't look at myself as somebody that's better or anything than anybody.
Well, not the better thing, but I mean, you gotta have a little of that Ric Flair swag every so often, man. Like, yo, I just crushed it. Did you see? I just crushed it. Not saying I'm better than y'all, but I had a great set.
Well,
I had a great set tonight.
To that point, I mean, you know when you had a great set. And when I have a great set, the last thing I need is for anybody else to tell me I had a great set. I know I had a great set. So to get away from hate and all that dumb shit, I don't even expect for anybody else to say anything. And a lot of times, man, I find myself, and my mentor gets on me about this, I find myself trying to dim my light so that I don't be offensive to other people, or get people to, I don't know, man. I don't know how to say it. Like, it's kind of like Jesus. When Jesus said, I did not come here to be served, I came here to serve. So anytime you ever notice when people would applaud anything Jesus ever did, Jesus got frustrated because he was like, yo, stop looking and thinking I'm doing something incredible. I'm trying to show you who you are. So when I walk up stage and the comic is like, oh my God, you killed that. I'm cool with the oh my God, you killed that, and I can do it too. I'm not cool with the oh my God, you killed that. I wish I could do that. Because my thing to you is, no, motherfucker, you can do it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so
put the work in.
Yeah, so I just find myself just kind of trying to get back to normal. That way, and also it comes with a lot of pressure comes with being, when arrogant motherfuckers come around, there's a lot of pressure on them. Because they expect it. I don't want all the expectation. You know, if I fail, I want niggas on my side. I don't want to fail and people be talking shit about me because I think I'm the shit.
But with me, even like I said, I don't do it that often, but just the camaraderie, just being around other comics is just so dope to me.
Oh, it is dope. It is dope. Now, I'm not saying that I don't accept when other comics dap me up, but I respect it when it's coming from a comic that is handling their business too.
Yeah.
You know, whether how funny you are, how funny you aren't, how good you might be, how good you might not be, you putting in the effort to try to make shit happen. So I respect it from them cats. But again, the other cats, man, you just want to shake them and just be like, yo, nigga, you can do this. You know, or either get the fuck out the way because you're wasting time and space. You know, you could be doing something else. Go build kites.
Somebody else.
Build kites.
Yeah.
It's It's a tough game, man. It's not for everybody.
I appreciate this conversation, man. I don't get to talk to
That's crazy.
I know we didn't even get to Irrelevance in the Dungeon, man. You realize that tonight?
No. I mean, we didn't, but we kind of.
But I didn't.
Did,
I mean,
but we.
I'm not disappointed at all. This has been like one of the
great.
We can go to some relevance in the dungeon. I want to hear y'all. I want to hear y'all's input.
I mean, I can't go from this dope conversation to talking about Bluebell ice cream. I can't do it.
Hey, you see that dude lick the ice cream and say, "Man, I didn't put it back."
No, you know what's
he
bad?
put it back.
I seen he said, "You never seen me."
I seen a brother. I seen a older brother.
Yeah,
licking
he
ice
was
cream.
like, "You never seen me put it back." He said, "You never seen me take it out." When the video came on, I had it in my hand, and when the video went off, I had it in my hand. He said, "I bought it." That's what he said.
I saw him put it back in that
dumb
fridge.
tail up. Though.
They was after that one girl though. Like she was fucking.
Yeah, the one that started it.
And she's apparently
Like she was FBI most
she's apparently a
wanted.
juvenile.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, but to get away from the ice cream, did y'all see that little joker in the bagel shop going off because he was 5 feet?
Oh my God! I saw that, man.
Yeah.
And the dude,
You want to go? You want to go? I scared of you.
That joke was funny.
My man yoked him up. Shut the fuck up.
He said, "You want to go outside?"
Yeah. You want to fucking go outside?
Y'all got to send me that, man.
Why was he humping my man in the dick? He was humping my man in the dick with his chest. He was like, you want to fucking go outside? You want to fucking go out? Like, boy, you jerking a man out with the chest. What you doing?
He said dude was 5 feet. He was like, "Women say I'm short." The lady was like, "I ain't saying you short. What they saying on the dating site? I'm short."
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the motherfucker that got mad because he couldn't get on the kiddie roller coaster. I seen that one.
That was a black guy.
Yeah, he was.
That
ready
was a
to,
black guy.
Nah, it wasn't a black dude. I think
Yeah, it was a black guy.
he's ready to sue because he couldn't get on that kiddie roller
That was a
coaster.
black guy. He was a
Did you see the handicapped dude rob the store and then leave the store and shoot the partner?
I
he robbed the
did.
store with?
Did you?
He did what now?
That joke was funny though. Did you see the way he was walking? He was like,
As a disclaimer, I am not belittling, talking about, or doing anything negative towards people that have disabilities.
No, I think you might be
But
the
to
first
see-
person that put a disclaimer on your son.
"Yeah, don't put a
But,
claim."
awesome.
but I'm just saying, to see this handicapped dude who limped walk into the store,
Man, I think he had
the dude
scoliosis.
robbed the store. They walk out the store together. He pulls his pistol out of his pocket, shoots the dude that had just robbed the store. I don't know if he took the money from him or not, but to watch him walk from the door to his car after he shot
It
that
was
dude,
funny.
Oh, God.
But the
I was
dude
dead.
shoot,
I was
the
dead.
dude shot at him
Oh,
too
I was
though.
dead.
Did you see the dude
Yes.
lean out the car and shoot at him?
I mean, to see him shoot that dude and then,
Oh.
Yeah, that was him.
Didn't even take the money.
Oh, he shot the dude in the ankle.
Yeah.
And then
Then,
when he came in the store, he had the pistol in his pocket.
Oh my God, man.
Everybody's strapped.
It
Man.
just didn't look good. It's not a good look.
Man,
It's not a good look.
it's been some funny stuff out here.
That's like did y'all see the I don't even want to talk about it, man. 'Cause it's just ridiculous.
No, go ahead.
Talk about it.
Tacos at Burger King.
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
yeah,
that.
some shit.
I saw that.
Tacos at Burger King.
Tacos at Burger King.
I'm on a
man.
diet, so I can't eat
Who
it.
making tacos? They making tacos.
They sell tacos at Burger King, man.
Why they
I
do
seen
that?
something that looked like a
at
regular
first,
taco.
you know, back in the day when they had the BK fish, I paid it no mind. It is what it is. They came out with the little spicy chicken. Hey, man, go ahead and do what you do. Now these motherfuckers, they got tacos at Burger
But they
King.
had the burrito. You remember they had the burrito
Taco
last year?
Whopper.
But it's
They
Burger
had the
King.
They had the burrito last year, though.
It's Burger King.
And you got tacos.
Yeah, the
got tacos,
Whopperito.
yeah.
They had the
And
Whopperito.
it's looking horrible, man.
That's not a good look.
I saw one. It looked like some ground beef, and they had the regular cheese like you put on a burger slapped on the inside.
Yeah. Somebody
Here's
said
what you need to
It's
understand
horrible.
about those burgers, because I used to be the general manager at Wendy's. Actually, the one right up the street. And the chili, and I'm pretty sure these tacos is made with the old meat.
Yeah, I heard about
If
that.
you used to be
meat
the
that's
general
burned on the
manager,
grill, you
Yeah.
recycle it.
Throw
you
that-
probably
throw
worked
that
with
in the
my
mix.
cousin. She was a general manager manager
Who?
up there.
Who? How long ago was this?
Man, she was a manager in the 90s.
I was at
2000s.
96. Well, who's your cousin?
I ain't gonna say her name on the radio.
Just
They
first,
say
just
all-
first, we
they
go
say always
first name
say-
it because
No,
you
Maureen.
always do first, middle, and
Her name is
last.
Maureen.
Like,
Summer Mama?
Yeah, some of my
And
cousins.
Crystal Mama?
Yeah.
Man, them my people.
Yeah, them her mama was my aunt.
Oh, man, them my
Yeah.
people, man.
Yeah.
Them my people.
small world, dude.
Very small world.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, man. Them, I mean, yeah. Maureen, my girl. That's
Yeah.
my girl. I was there through the whole transition when they were used to be Jehovah's Witness.
Uh-huh.
And then Crystal changed her lifestyle. And then it put the family in a bind. And so the family left the religious.
That was she.
Yeah. But they just, I think they kind of just saw the way that,
Yeah.
you know, things were going.
Now she go to Good Shepherd.
Yeah. 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 Good woman, man. I love Maureen. Crazy as all get out.
Oh man, her mom was crazy.
Maureen mama?
Oh,
I met her mom.
Yeah.
I used to be like, when they lived over here behind Annabelle Lee. I'm not
Yeah.
Annabelle's or whatever that place used
like
to be.
going to where the high school at.
Yeah, like you turn by the Pizza Hut and go down that way. Yeah,
They lived in the curb.
yeah.
Battlefield.
So so that lets you know, like they're my
Yeah.
people. Yeah, that crazy small world.
I didn't want to go into this one, but y'all read about Doug Wilder this week
Oh
Wow.
man,
with
Kissed
the
that-
VCU student. Supposedly he
did
kissed a VCU student, and
he did it.
But did he kiss on the cheek?
Nah, he kissed her on the lip. He took her out to dinner.
But the thing was, he offered to pay for her schooling and all that stuff. And
He took her out to dinner.
mind you, now Doug is like in his late 70s. Is he 80? Doug is
I
up
think
there.
he might be there.
And she was 20 at the time.
No.
I'm gonna tell you something. Look,
Why is she going to dinner with Doug Wilder?
she was one of his
There you
students.
go.
No. What I'm asking you is,
What?
why are you going to dinner with Doug Wilder?
He took her to dinner. I guess she wants something to eat.
Took her to dinner. Why the hell are you?
A 70, almost 80-year-old man.
Why you going to dinner with them?
During the dinner, he reached over and kissed her. She was like, "I don't want your old time."
It won't like Doug could
Doing
move.
the
It
free
won't like,
tacos
I'm just like,
from
first of all,
Burger
we do disclaimers on here, so the views of Snuff and Magee do not represent irrelevance in a dungeon.
I said it. I don't want your old time. I want some tacos from Burger King.
Doug won't move fast.
Yes, he
He
was.
can't move fast at
said-
almost 80 years old.
He popped that pill before he went in there.
Oh, Lord.
He was like,
He saying he had that sloth moving.
Yeah, he was like, I'm
Damn.
about to kiss you. One of those things, man. I don't know, man.
Nah, you know them old guys start moving fast from them
I'm
young,
not
young
gonna-
tenderonis out there.
I ain't gonna go no more into it. Like
was just in
Doug
the
said the
pocket.
truth. He said the truth's gonna come out. So let's see. Let's see if it does.
It
come
came
out.
out.
Bill
It said he
Cosby said the
kissed
same
her.
thing.
Nah, he says more to it, man.
Goddamn.
U.S. women's team, man. I want to say her name is Megan Rapinoe. They said they're not going to the White House.
Yeah, that was established before
She
they even
said that.
won.
Yeah. Then Trump,
Quarterfinals.
but remember, Trump invited them to the White House after the fact, win or lose.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything after they won, and
So
she's not backing down.
You know, AOC invited them to Congress in New York.
Yeah, I seen that.
And
Yeah,
she's coming to that.
I want to say was Nancy
What y'all
behind it?
think?
Nancy Pelosi was behind
not
it.
sure.
Nah, they beefing now. AOC and the other black girl said that Nancy Pelosi is a racist.
Well, I know they might be going to the Capitol
You
Hill.
heard
though.
that one?
But now they
I mean,
said,
that
like they
makes
said, the
sense.
Capitol. They said Congress invited
You
them.
think
or
she
whatever.
is?
Yeah.
That makes sense, man.
Why?
I mean, look, the Democratic nor the Republican system has worked for black people. Neither system has worked for us. We are not further ahead because we have become Democrats.
Nope.
So systematically, you obviously think a certain way to create a system and support a system that has been feeding our oppression.
Should we create our own system? Because we can't go to Republican because we're not even invited. We're not there.
Last time we created our own system, we were terrorists.
Not
Black
even
Panther
represented.
Party.
What have Democrats done for you?
What had the Republicans done for
Well,
us?
I'm off that.
I mean,
we understand the
you gotta
Republicans.
take
We
the bitter
understand
with the
that
sweet.
but we understand that most whites are Republican. Very few blacks are Republican. So,
But it got to be something that the Democrats have done because we have been part of them.
They're
Convince
preaching
niggas
hope.
that we
We
they
haven't
for
but I'm
us.
asking you, what have they done?
They're preaching the
So
hope.
if they haven't
They
done
convince-
nothing,
they
it has
convince
been
niggas
to
that
the
they for
point
us.
of black people haven't done nothing to help other black people because we have been
That's
in
what
this
it comes
party.
down to in the end.
We have been in this party since
Well, you know, the Black Panther
since
Party
the
is
60s.
considered a
Since they
terrorist
switched.
group.
Yes, since they switched. So
Because the Black Panther
if
Party
you
been
said
doing some
that
shit,
the
but now they
Democrats
consider
haven't helped
terrorists.
black people, it has been because black people hasn't helped black people. Because we've been in that
So,
party.
but I'm,
They create that division. That's all it is.
so I agree. I agree
so
to
you
your
have to
point.
say the black people have been creating that division.
So, wow, that's
Whoa,
profound.
I don't know about
That's
that
more
one.
profound than I think you know.
Pump
You
the
just
brakes.
said. 'Cause I don't
the
think-
brakes.
I think you said it in a different context, but what you just said has a lot of power and a lot of truth to it. You're right. I mean, think about the fact that we can't simply come together. Not
Yeah.
come together on big shit. We can't simply.
I got something else that might blow your mind. Do you think rich black people don't want poor black people to come together because it might mess up their richness?
Well, I think you have black and white. You have people that think they're better than others when they get shit.
Yeah.
Period. I think you have people that when they get shit, they can't help they can't help a wait to share it with people that are in need, black and white.
Yeah.
So I think you have both sides of it. But I think what happens on the simplest form is we don't trust one another.
Yeah.
And because we don't trust one another, we're not doing business with one another. Then we start to compete with one another. And then now I'm wishing you're ill.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, it's really going to take both of us working together for us to get what we're both capable
Yeah.
of getting. Nobody has done shit by themselves.
Dad,
man.
come on
it's
now.
like-
Nope.
Yeah. So
it's like a rich black person moving on top of the hill, but he don't want the other poor black peoples to come up
Well,
on
that's
his
what they
hill.
do. They let them
You-
get
you
rich
get
and
what
they
I'm saying?
leave.
Well,
They leave the neighborhood.
You see,
if
they
I-
don't want you to get that opportunity to come up there with them because they like, I don't want the rest. It's like when we went on vacation to Ocean Isle, and it's not a lot of black people there. When we go there, we might see 3 or 4 other black people while we down there.
Not even that much.
No, and you know what my wife said? She said, I don't want to sound bad, but I don't want them to find out about this. Cause
So
I
to
don't
your
want them to
wife's
mess
point,
this up.
Before
to your-
we go
Is
any
that wrong?
further, did you just throw your wife under the bus?
Kind of did.
I mean,
I don't even know if she wanted that out there like
Yeah,
that.
you know.
It's out there now. I don't want these niggas to even found out.
I mean,
G, bring that shit up tonight.
hey, but
Stop posting on pics on Facebook.
Do normal people feel like that though?
here's what I think to that point. I think,
It's the same way in life.
but I think if I buy, I'm gonna just use me as an example. If I buy or when I buy my big house on the hill, and I'm living nice and I'm living in peace and I don't work my ass off to get what I got. I want black people up here, but I don't want niggas up here fucking it up.
I don't want the
You want
motherfuckers
black
from.
people here, not niggas.
So
I don't want the motherfuckers from Disney World. I don't want them motherfuckers there.
no,
that was ridiculous.
But here's what I'm gonna do though. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out the mountain, come down to the valley, teach people how to make it up to the mountain. But I don't want you up there until you're ready to come up there.
Come on
But
now.
some of them people that you teach still gonna act like that though.
But they're not I don't want them up there.
Yeah.
I don't, and it's not because you're black. It's
Yeah.
because I don't work too hard to get up here.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
when
yeah.
you come up here and fuck it up, no.
Yeah.
It's just like I coach at James River High School. I'm one of the only black coaches there. Me, Mr. Core. When I first got there, it was only 2 black coaches. And I was the youngest. He was the oldest dude by the name of Vitel Dixon, who was my homeboy before I got there. When another black coach finally showed up at James River, I was nervous.
was like,
Because I
too many of
knew that me and Vitel wasn't going to create no nigga shit. We had each other's back.
Yeah.
Not just as in standing on each other's back, but I wasn't going to fuck up, which was going to put pressure on him.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to fuck up, which was going to put pressure on me. So when this new black dude came in, he started fucking up.
Oh Lord,
And it took both of us to be like, yo, dude,
you fucking up.
this ain't how we do it over here.
Yeah.
Well, you just want to be a coon. No, motherfucker.
Wow.
No, I want peace.
Yeah.
I want peace. I do not want to keep cleaning up your shit.
We always go to that quick polarization. You
With
know
that
what I mean?
coon.
Yeah, coon. Yeah. Either you're a coon, you're a nigga, you real. Like, come on now.
That's just a
Stop
justification for you to do the stupid shit that you're doing.
The thing about it
feel
is,
like I'm bad for judging you.
If everybody eating, how am I cooning?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I do think some get to the mountaintop and they don't want anybody up there. But when I make it up there, I don't want the wrong people to come up. But I am willing to come down to help prepare people to make it up.
Let me ask you this question: how do you characterize these two different successful black males, O.J. Simpson, Floyd Mayweather? How do you characterize?
That's
these
a
guys?
hell of a fucking question.
Oh man, you must start on that all week.
I did.
Yeah, hey, look, you must have saw OJ on Twitter because I be looking at him on Twitter.
OJ asked me to.
Before he
ask that
answers, I'm going to say two clowns, but that's just me.
I think. Go you about to say?
No, go ahead.
I think one made it without knowing themselves, OJ. The other made it because they know themselves too well, or very well. I ain't gonna say too well, very well, and that's gonna be Floyd. OJ's I don't give a fuck came from power that other people gave him. Floyd's I don't give a fuck comes from the power he gave himself. So whether you judge him one way or the other, you know, Floyd is truly who he is. OJ has had identity crisis since he went to USC.
I would say both of them.
So you think he just hates himself
I think,
deep down?
yeah, I do. I think he's not comfortable being identified with other people that are black and the things that they do. So he wanted to really be white. That's where that comment came from. That I'm not a black or white. I'm just OJ.
He wants to fit in.
He the original
can't
Sammy
hide-
Sosa.
You can't hide their athletic talent. Like the Juice ran for 2,000 yards in 14 games.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
In 14, I'm talking about back then when they could hit you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The clothes hanging.
Juice was a bad
Yeah,
man.
Juice was bad. But I mean, like you said, with a personal life, he wanted to be somebody else. He didn't want to be Orenthal James from the hood or whatever.
But here's the other thing about that, though. And I understand this in OJ. When you come from a low-income neighborhood, man, and you start hanging around people that are extremely successful and people in your neighborhood or even your mindset in your neighborhood will make you think you'll never, ever fuck with these type people. And then it starts happening. You start to think where I come from is not good enough.
Yeah.
So I got to pretend to be who they are. That way they'll accept me.
Yeah.
Because I can now, as an individual, this is an individual statement, I can now say, yeah, when I was a kid, we had roaches. I can say, yeah, when I was a kid, I thumped roaches off sandwiches, off food, and still ate the fucking food. Yeah. I can say that I ate cereal with powdered milk, and you don't stir it up enough, you got lumps. Motherfucker think it's marshmallows, but it's fucking powder. I can say that I've sat on the couch, watched TV, a rat run across the fucking living room floor, and I don't do shit but keep watching TV. I can tell that story now. When I was in my 20s, I wouldn't tell that story because I was ashamed of that story.
Yeah.
So trying to be with people that I didn't think lived that type of life or came from that type of background, I had to pretend to be where they came from. Now I'm just now starting to own myself and be like, fuck it, this is just my story.
Yeah.
Floyd, so I say that in OJ's, because OJ came from that type of background.
Yeah.
And then he was forced into USC. He was idolized. These things were happening. OJ was already a narcissist. You can tell that by how he was taking his friend's boyfriend. So he wanted attention.
I mean, this man had a statue of himself in his backyard.
Come on. So
What?
Yeah. So, but I think it was him fighting the trauma that he dealt with as a kid. You look at Floyd. Floyd was born into a rich, popular situation. So he didn't have to fake the funk with anybody.
Yeah.
He could come out being himself from Dick. He could jump out being himself.
So why
And-
you make it out like he was so poor then?
Who, Floyd?
Yeah.
I mean, look who his parents, his dad was.
That's what I'm saying. But then he tried to act out like, yeah, we didn't really have a lot, but his dad and uncle.
Was his mom and dad together though?
No, they won't.
Yeah, so
But
maybe.
I think that's relative, though. I think he probably had more than the average person, but did he have what he has now?
No.
Nah. But also, the thing about Floyd is Floyd is a big mouth, flamboyant, talks a lot of shit, but he's one of the most disciplined people you will ever meet in your life.
There's a reason for that.
My question is, how much longer before the white man brings him down there?
Floyd got that long money.
Yeah.
Man, I heard he ain't got that long money.
Yeah, you crazy. I mean, the man got $1 billion in real estate alone.
Hey, did you see him bring that money out the bank the other day on the cart?
I see it every day.
I was like,
That's just 1.8.
I was like, how many jokers sitting around thinking about?
I bet you. I mean, then he in Vegas. He gambling every day. He making money every day.
He go to casinos every day. Yeah, his money is like crazy. Like we see that 1.8,
but it don't take but one scandal.
It
don't take but one scandal.
2 Floyd stories.
He done had plenty.
I'm in the MGM hanging out.
Yeah, he got beat the chick up.
This dude in the purple and white suit with this chick walking past me fast as a motherfucker. Just walking. And I was like, God damn, this motherfucker walking fast. He's walking towards me. It was Floyd Mayweather. And I ain't say nothing to him, but he just in the flash, shoo, just walked by. And we walked past each other this close.
Yeah.
Another Floyd story is we're doing True Story with Gary Owen. And we were at the MGM in Vegas. Gary's on stage, and all of a sudden Gary's show get interrupted because it's like 30 people walking into the room at one time. And it was Floyd Mayweather. Mm-hmm. And it was like when he walked in, it didn't matter what was going on.
Everything stopped.
Everything stopped. Oh. Floyd came in with his 30. If you listen to the joke when Gary's talking about being in Dallas, and that's when I came out and did the joke when he said, I don't travel with 30 motherfuckers. 2. Just 2. Strong 2. He was saying that because he was making a joke about when Floyd walked in with all those people. Yeah. But Floyd owns Vegas. Mm-hmm. But I do think that, he's going to have to pay for some of the stuff that he did. I mean, flamboyancy comes with things that are destructive. I hate to sound so fucking whatever every time I say that, but you just got to pay for things that are, you got to pay for things that aren't.
My thing is like, I mean, I'm a fan of Floyd. I think that, Floyd has been good for promoting himself. He created himself to be a villain.
Too.
And
I always love Floyd.
My thing was, even though with the, remember with the T.I.,
beef
Gucci thing. Not even that one, but when he was with the Gucci thing, he was like, let's ban Gucci for 90 days or whatever. And I didn't get that.
Brand. Yeah.
And then Floyd was seen at the
How you go from Miss Jones to Tiny?
The what?
I mean, we talk about T.I. and Floyd. He's like, wow.
I'm just so why?
Oh,
he just had Miss Jones. How you get to?
That's another story.
He got time with her, man.
But what were you saying about the Gucci thing? So,
but now with the Gucci, like
Gucci.
T.I. was saying ban Gucci for 90 days, and then they showed Floyd at the Gucci store.
I just feel like people automatically think that everybody is built to be an activist, and they just aren't. It takes a special individual to be an actual activist. And Floyd Mayweather, like looking at his success, just look at him as a black man in his craft that is one of the greatest, and that's just who he is.
Floyd,
Floyd. He's not a people's champion like Muhammad. Don't put that on him. He just don't have that. He has his story, and that's look at the way he's boxing to be his defense mechanisms as far as like nobody could beat him on that. So it's like those are the things that Floyd is great at. It's like just because you're black and you're in the public eye doesn't automatically mean that you're going to naturally fit into the activist mold.
I feel you with that, but Floyd, it's like how much money can you make? After a while, it's like, you have this platform. Why shit on somebody who's saying they're doing something for it? Even though I didn't agree with the 90-day thing. Like, why 90 days? Yeah. Fuck them for life.
Who the hell you are, Steve Harvey?
But T.I. explained the 90 days because he said after every 90 days, they look at the market, how much money they made.
T.I. be on some bullshit to me. I'm not going to lie to you.
But he said after 90 days, that's their quarter. And if they see that their quarter if they lost money for that quarter, then they'll be able to come in and negotiate.
It'll prove our buying power.
Yeah, buying. That's why he said just do it 90 days. But we couldn't even do it 90 days. And Floyd just did that off of
is T.I. glorifying the trap though? Is he glorifying the trap?
I mean, because you got to look at like
he got a trap museum.
Like, I mean, come on now.
I think with T.I. with any of those guys, man. When I look at Floyd and I look at Kanye, I look at those two dudes and I look at like the outlandish shit that they do, like Kanye going to be with Trump, wearing a great America, make America greater. I think they're sending a message. It's just that we're not in tune to really get the message, and they're not sending it in a way that we can get it. What they're trying to say is, motherfucker, be yourself. Be who you really are. You don't have to follow these rules. It ain't no, we need to do this. You be you and be the dopest thing that you can be, because that is the only way you're going to make it to the top. If you keep falling in line, you're going to fall behind. You got to be you. But at the same time, dog, if you want people to get this message, you got to say it in a way people can get it. You can't say it in a way where you pissing people off just to prove a message.
You can't be going off on SNL like you just having a rant or whatnot.
That's not cool.
Plus, Kanye said he was a super troll. So everything he does is a meaning. Like when he went with Trump, he had a CD to come out. So that was, everything was
calculated.
It was calculated because he had a CD coming out. When he ain't got no CD coming out, you ain't heard from him.
Well, we all know that negative news spreads faster than positive.
You know, the negative.
Therefore, if you can put yourself in a negative context, then people start talking about you.
It gets attention.
Plus, you got to think about it. When he go meet with Trump, that's another group of people that'll go and listen to his music.
Bruh, if 30 million people...
Mitch McConnell's going to be bumping some damn Kanye, but at the same time...
but hey, look.
If 30 million people hate you for what you said, but of that 30 million, let's say 10%, 3 million buy your album.
There you go.
Yep.
Did you win or lose?
You win.
You win.
And that's what it comes down to.
Numbers.
It comes down to putting out the news is going to make people talk about you a lot. And all you need is a small... Back to what I was saying earlier about finding a way to sell to 50 people $10 a day. You may have to touch 3,000 to get that 50, but how do I get this 50? And people got to talk about you to get that 50. So, bad news spread faster than good news. So you do some shit that's bad news, and people talk about you, then you get a small percentage to buy your album. Winning. Check that box.
You know what he's doing. He married a Kardashian, so...
Come on, man.
Yeah.
And let's not, though, underestimate the business brain power of that goddamn girl, Kim Kardashian.
Oh, the whole family.
She's smart.
The whole
All
family.
of them smart.
She learned from her mama.
All of them. Yeah.
Bruh, them some sharp girls.
And they paid.
I don't agree with the lifestyle they portray, but them some fucking sharp girls.
What's their lifestyle?
I think that they pretend like life ain't nothing but a party. They pretend like vanity is your only way through life. They make young women think that I have to be a certain way. They fucking the minds of kids.
The plastic body.
Yeah, all that. And
Kylie Jenner made $1 billion off it. That makeup shit.
But business wise, they win.
Operations too.
Yo, is she worth more than Kim now?
Yeah,
absolutely.
She a billionaire.
I mean, because she's got the kids more. No, Kylie.
Kylie a billionaire.
Yeah,
Kim ain't no billionaire.
She got the kids' ear more than Kim. Like Kim, when she had it, is because she took the dick, and then she grew into her upper 20s, and now she in her 30s and all that shit. But we all know, as far as if you want the big numbers, you got to get the kids, 14 to 18. You know what I'm saying? And Kylie got it. Yeah.
And she owned 100% of her company.
Yeah, all of it.
All of it's hers.
It's a numbers game, bro.
Yeah.
So she numbers game. But thanks to Kim, Kylie know the formula.
Yeah. Exactly.
But she doesn't have to fuck Ray J to get famous.
That's tough.
She had to fuck what's
Tiger.
the other rapper?
Tiger. What's the other?
Oh, that might be worse. I'm sorry. Hey, yo, Irrelevance in the Dungeon, man. Shout outs. Arch, who you got?
Oh, man, shout out to this conversation. Shout out to the research that I have to do. Shout out to the new books, and shout out to the new information that I'm going to learn. I'm sure it's going to probably take me a couple of weeks to read up on this man, Bamm here. It's just amazing. We maybe touched on what do you say? Maybe I think 3% of like I said, rich history that you have, and it's only evident that you have a rich history, and I'm inspired to learn more of it. So
good, man. I'm just continuing to learn it, man. That's dope, though. That's the biggest compliment I can get is for somebody to want to walk away and dive into some information.
Yeah, we would love to have you back, man. Whenever you're free, whenever you're back in town, man, just let us know.
Word.
And we can do this again, man.
Word.
Shout outs, Pook. Shout outs.
Yeah, I want to shout out all my family, friends, people that support us. That's about it. I just it was a pleasure meeting you, though.
You as well, man. All y'all, man. All three of y'all. That's dope.
No doubt.
And I want to say I'm grateful for being back off my vacation, too.
There
Yeah,
you go.
he been gone. He was gone till November, man. You know, man. When the Ocean Eye was going live, you know,
Hey,
getting dark.
shit, I felt like I had a vacation too, just looking at the pictures and the videos. I was like, oh shit, I'm having a good time.
seeing sharks and shit.
And man,
Sharks.
You getting borderline.
Yeah, there was
old.
some stuff that was.
He getting borderline old black man with a phone though, because you went live and then you walked down the ramp and then, you know you heard the breathing in the background and I was like,
What does that sound like?
And then he randomly turned it back on himself.
Yeah,
Just
you
awkwardly
borderline
smiling
old
and
black
shit.
man.
Yeah, deal me.
That's funny. That's funny.
Let me go ahead and
That's funny.
turn the camera angle right quick.
Debbie, y'all, come here. I ain't turning shit around, boy. Come here.
That's funny.
Yo, shout outs, Bamm. What you got, man?
Just shouts out to y'all, man. I appreciate what y'all doing, man. Trying to, put some positive voices and even ignorant voices out in the atmosphere to change some people's minds and ways. Shout out to y'all. Then also shout out to my daughter Naya. What up, Naya? Getting ready for college. Go and keep your legs closed. And who else I can shout out?
I'm coming up behind you on that one.
Shout out to Jan.
That's a true story.
Jan, shout out, I'm on my way. And just shout out to the people that want to live, learn, grow, and go. Shout out to y'all. I think that's the difference the world needs.
Appreciate it, man. And this has been a beautiful thing. I was kind of nervous, like I said, I met Bamm when I was 25, and I still felt like I was 25 when he said he was coming through.
Whatever.
Man, dope episode. Come back whenever.
Definitely got to come back.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's plenty more to talk about.
Yeah.
It's just tip of the iceberg, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would love to come back. I love to put out maybe a book that we all can read and then come back and chop it up about.
No doubt. Just send me
That'd be dope.
Yeah, send me the.
For real.
Matter of fact, I get the number before you leave. I was gonna say.
So that's a book. I'm gonna go ahead and say the
book.
book. The book is The Way of the Superior Man.
The Way of
by
the Superior
David
Man.
DeVita.
All right.
And it's about how men we need to deal with women and ourselves.
Oh God, that's a
It's
whole.
it's
That might be 5 hours. That might be 5 hours.
The Way of the Superior Man. So even if maybe within the next month or two, we can just read 2 chapters and just come and just chop it. You read, everybody get 2 chapters and then come and just chop it up and say what you learned about.
No doubt. We'll do, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Arch, Pook, Bamm for coming through. Shout out for D in the back for holding it down.
D Easy.
The fact checker. I got a 20-year-old, man. Tuesday, man. Daughter turned 20, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine turned 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, it turns.
Great.
Yeah. Shout out to happy
to get that
early
nigga out
birthday
the
to
house.
my daughter turning 20, man.
Nigga in the Marines. Nigga go to Germany.
Yeah. He's an introvert being in Germany.
We getting old, man. We getting old, dude.
No, I ain't getting old. They getting old. I'm good.
This season, man.
Yeah. 30 to 60, that's the same thing for me.
It's at 30 to 60.
That's the same thing. It's all the same age.
No doubt, man.
I may learn more, but I'm still the same vibrant. Fuck that. Yeah.
I gotta look up that. You said Piranha.
Prana, Prana.
Prana, yeah.
Check out Prana.
That shit
The name of
was
that
dope,
book
yeah.
is The Secrets of the Yogi, and they're displaying as Prana to you and what it all means. And I'm one of them cats, man. If I say some shit that you don't get, good. And I want you to go prove me wrong, because even if you do prove me wrong, that's pretty dope because I get better that way. But if you don't prove me wrong, you're gonna learn a lot of shit along the way trying to prove me wrong.
Yeah.
So
You educated somebody on the low because they wanted to prove you wrong. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
They had to learn in order to.
they got. And in order to come prove me wrong, you got to tell me what you've learned to prove me wrong. And I'm cool with that. Because I'm not perfect. I get shit. I learn shit.
Absolutely.
I'm mistaken about stuff because I'm human. So that's
People think when you spit knowledge, they look at you in a jealousy eye as if you own it. I'm not the owner of this knowledge.
No, this is what I researched and found out. You know what I mean?
You can get that too. Eat.
And to keep in mind, it's always more to learn about anything than you will ever learn about it.
Exactly.
Always remember that.
Yeah.
It's always more to learn about anything than you will ever learn about it. If you read a book about one thing for 1,000 years without taking a break every day, no vacation, when you finish, you will still have more to read than you ever read in 1,000 years. So never stop thinking that you got it all figured out.
That's right. Quote the Bible.
Smartest
Shit.
man always
Still
read.
don't fucking know that shit.
Always. It's Obama lock himself in the room for days and just read.
Bruh.
For days and days.
When I started reading, man, that changed everything. I mean, if you go look at my library now, I never thought as a kid, I explained to you who I was. Now, if you go look at my library, I got a few hundred books that I've read, you know, and then I go back and reread. And then I got Audible books. If you see me with headphones on, 90% of the time I'm listening to a book. I'm not listening to music.
So you don't have a man cave. You got to study.
I got to study.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I ain't rich enough for me. I ain't rich enough for both yet. So I need to study so that I can get rich enough to get a man cave.
Bro.
Yeah. I think if you get the man cave without the study, that's backwards.
Yeah.
Get the study,
There you go.
then grow to get the man
That's
cave.
dope.
Yeah.
No doubt. Hey, once again, Relevance in Dungeons has been a dope episode, man. Hopefully the first of many. Micah Bamm White, Arch,
Chill.
Pook,
You?
Nelisha, happy birthday. Daddy loves you. This is Relevance in the Dungeon. I'm Snuff Magee, joined by
It's your man fucking Arch.
Comedian Micah Bamm White.
Pook deep.
No Doubt. We out. Peace.
Irrelevance in the dungeon.